back to the Bice in the back. This is our first ever podcast. You know, we're not in the back. We're on the road. We're here in beautiful South Boston, Massachusetts. We got Randy. I'm TB. We got Randy. What's up, kid?
What's up? You know, just want to shout out to everyone watching the pod. Thank you for supporting the boys. Today we got a special one. Let's introduce the boys.
Yep. Our college football experts. Siege.
I don't know if I'd say expert. I'd say passionate.
That's all.
He's a connoisseur.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I'm just very excited for what this season brings. You know, you smelled the air today. It smelled a little different.
It smells like
you can almost hear Lee Corso down the street taking his predictions, you know, to the gutter.
The crowd's going nuts.
Yeah. But, yeah, very excited to be here. Very excited to be one of the Bice.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we can steer some people in the right direction today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. It's an honor.
And we got another guy to my left here. T-Back, can we do the honors?
Varg?
Can we get the?
Oh yeah.
Can we get the soundboard going?
Boys? What are we doing, boys? Give it up for the boys.
Yes, nice.
And to my right here, we got J Varg. Introduce yourself.
Jared William Vargas. People call me Jared.
Get it right.
Grandparents used to call me William, and
yes,
most people call me Varg.
Hell yeah.
Also, may not be an expert, lover, more so.
All you need is love and passion.
Attitude and effort in everything you do.
100%.
I can't tell you I'm going to be 100% correct. I won't be 100% wrong.
So no PGs, personal guarantees.
I'll have a few.
All right.
Take them with a grain of salt.
Watch out for them.
Yeah.
Grain of salt. All right, I like it. Without further ado, let's get right into it. We got week 0. Not technically week 1 yet, but week 0 college football. What's game 1? What are we looking out for?
I mean, the first game, Austin Peay, Western Kentucky. Basically, you know, I don't even know if it's going to be on TV.
It could be a snoozer.
Everyone's getting ready for the Nebraska, Northwestern, and Ireland. Let's be honest.
Yes.
At 12:30. But, you know, you can't forget this Austin Peay team, this Western Kentucky team. They're still kids playing for a role.
Yes.
They're playing the game they love. So I would still tune in.
Yeah.
And it is the first actual game this season, so you can't write it off.
First football game 2022 season.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's not forget, for those Patriots lovers out there, Bailey Zappi.
Yeah.
Oh.
Western Kentucky grad.
A Western Kentucky grad. They have players. They have ballers. I know nothing else other than Bailey Zappi went there.
And
I'm riding Western Kentucky today.
Very high-scoring offense. At least when
historically.
He broke like all of Burrow's records.
Yes. He threw for more touchdowns than Joe Burrow. This is facts.
In one less game.
My pet. One less game, too? Wow.
I heard he forewent it because he didn't want to be apples to apples. He wanted
to be one game better.
He wanted to be one game better.
And Zappy, just a sweet name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fantasy name is Zappy my pep. If you watch the football pod, you know, fantasy pod.
Yeah, go tune in to that pod after this one if you haven't already. Thank you. But yeah, so who we taking this one? Western?
I think Western Kentucky very much runs away with this.
It's 86.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is at a 52%.
Wow.
That's in depth right there.
Pick of the week.
That's love of the game.
Is there a line on that game? Can you find one? I couldn't find one earlier.
There is definitely a line because I'm getting who are the Hilltoppers? Which one of them?
That's Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
They're 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 home games.
And this is at home, right?
It's at Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
So we've already nailed Western Kentucky. We're doubling down on it.
That's a PG.
Is Austin Peay a FCS team? They might be.
Yeah, they're D1 AA.
So they're getting paid for this game probably.
Yes, this is a win-win for them, lose-lose for Western.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Western Kentucky is minus 26.5. And to be honest, I think that is way too low after everything we've got.
Yeah.
They are the more conditioned team. They are the highest scoring offense. Western Kentucky minus 35 if you can buy points.
They've been doing running in camp every day after practice. You can tell.
Inside scoop.
Yes, from an inside scoop that should be named unnamed. But anyway, on to the big one. This is what people are really looking out for. Northwestern hosting Nebraska, but in Dublin, Ireland. Dublin, Ireland, if you didn't hear that.
Aviva Stadium.
Is this the first time they've done that, or have they always done this?
No, I think this is the first ever American football game in Ireland, to be honest.
College or?
I think ever.
Yeah.
I don't think NFL's ever done anything in Ireland.
That's crazy.
I'm sure they have like Irish football.
Yeah.
Like,
Find the sweet spot now. Find that sweet spot.
I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't gripping hard
You're not
enough.
choking. You're not choking the chicken enough.
Yeah, there we go. Having some technical difficulties, but we'll figure it out sooner or later.
But yeah, this is a big one. Two big, great historic programs. Siege, what do you think for this one?
I mean, I think Nebraska is the better team.
Heard.
Again, I think Northwestern. 2 years ago, if you asked me, I'd probably give Northwestern a good ride just because they were very defensively stout.
Yeah, they were balling out.
But I think they've kind of fell off the wagon a lot.
But it is week 0. There's a lot to learn.
No, anything can happen. But
There is a South Shore guy on Northwestern leading that defense.
Gallagher?
Bryce Gallagher.
I think he graduated.
The youngest.
I thought he graduated.
There's 3 Gallagher brothers.
Yeah.
Isn't one
Brandon,
in the
Blake,
league?
and Bryce. Bryce is the youngest. Blake is in the NFL somewhere.
Shout out to Gallagher's.
The line. What is this? The kid? Is that the safety?
He's
He's on the Ravens.
Yeah, I think he's playing linebacker now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he is on the Ravens.
Hell yeah.
However, I did look at the roster for both teams. Since they're playing in Ireland, I figured whoever had the most Irish roster had to step.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay.
No surprise.
That makes sense.
No surprise, Nebraska. Easily.
The most
That's the
Irish.
most Irish team.
Are
yeah.
you calling Irish people dumb
No.
because they
No,
can't
they-
get into Northwestern?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I see what Varg is trying to say. They're fighting for the homeland. They're fighting for the homeland.
That's all.
If anything.
They
They got a stake in the ground.
Let's-
They're in their hometown. They need to do it.
But let's say you're a 16, 17-year-old kid in Ireland, and you hear about this American football game coming to your country. And you get excited. Tickets are probably like $10, whatever.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey boys, let's go watch some American football.
Hey, lads.
They're like, we don't want to watch that shit. That's
Hey,
what,
Bice. Hey, Bice.
Yeah, but you show up. Are you rooting for Nebraska or Northwestern?
you might be looking up the rosters to see how many Irish are on the
Or
team.
are you thinking Nebraska Cornhuskers? Corn goes great with potatoes.
They
corned
do
beef and hash.
Yeah.
It's a classic Irish dish.
Corn, yeah.
I think you're probably just rooting for a good time. Honestly, when if you're in Ireland, you see this college football team.
What time is it in Ireland right now?
How many hours are they
Can we get
behind
Larry
us?
on that?
They're
No,
in
they-
front.
can we get
They're
Larry?
ahead.
They may be like 6 hours ahead, 5 hours ahead, something like that. What's London? They're probably closer to us than London is. London, I think, is 5 hours ahead.
Nah,
so they might be like 4 hours ahead. I'm gonna guess.
So what is that, like
They're
3 or
5
right now?
hours ahead of us.
Okay.
So it's 3:19 right now. 3:19.
Yeah, it's 3:19.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I've never been to Ireland, but I've heard the pubs open early, and they are pedal to the metal. So those lads are going to be feeling good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those 16-year-olds.
young lads.
I've also heard that people in Ireland are pretty short. So I imagine these football players are probably look like monsters.
Like
over
giants
there.
to them. Speaking of that, I was looking at some of the big boy RBs for Nebraska, and they got a big body, 6'2", 235. He is from Tallahassee. Name is Jacquez Yent.
Sounds like a baller.
Sounds like a baller.
Number 0, huh?
Number 0.
Keep an eye out for Jacquez.
Run the damn ball with
Yeah,
Jacquez.
big old back, number 0. For who? Nebraska?
Nebraska, yeah.
Hey, he could be, stomping around on those Irish greens.
I heard the grass is going to be cut to pristine.
Yeah, definitely natural. I don't see it being turf.
No.
Yeah.
Who's the starting quarterback for Northwestern?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm not big on players. I'm more of a program guy.
Yeah, I don't know too many individual players either. I don't know any individual player.
Well, and as far as that, what's the line here?
Yeah, what is the
Nebraska's
line?
-11. Pretty sure.
Ooh.
Yes, they are for their spread.
I
Yeah.
I have it up.
So CJ, are
Yeah,
you
so
a big
Nebraska's
believer
-11.
in like money line? I know some people don't like to bet money lines. They think it's not worth it. Give us your opinion.
I'm in love with the plus sign.
Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
So personally, I'd probably never take a favorite money line. I'd only take a money line
Okay.
and an underdog if I really trust that they're gonna win.
Yeah, because you have to front so much more money when they're a favorite, right? And it's
Yeah.
just like, are you guys big into UFC at all?
I dabble. I
Dabble
mean,
a
I
little bit.
couldn't tell you, like, when there's nothing else on, I'll turn it on type of deal.
Yeah, so you're just like big fight nights, big
Yeah.
cards. So yeah, we just had a big card. We talked about it on the pod a little bit. It was Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards. We're gonna get more into that, but yeah, he was a heavy favorite. So like minus
Yeah, that was
400.
The guy that got knocked out last week.
And he got knocked out.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, you like the plus sign, right? Imagine you bet on the guy
Yeah.
that knocked his ass out.
No, yeah,
That's big money.
especially in UFC. I think underdogs are so much more fun to bet.
Yeah, for sure. Fighting is definitely much more exciting, and yeah, anything can happen because it takes one.
Yeah.
But in football, yeah, how do you go about betting for, especially college? Because college is so much different than NFL. So like, how do you
Yeah.
go about betting?
Personally, I think the best way to bet college is you hammer heavy favorites. Like when we were talking about Western Kentucky being minus 26, normally they're like a heavy favorite for a reason. So there's a good chance it'll probably be like a pretty big blowout.
Hammer. That's an inside scoop from college football analyst expert CJ Finn.
Yeah, again, gamble responsibly, but
100%.
yeah.
Or irresponsibly, if that's how you want to live your life,
Right.
on the edge.
Yeah, we don't discriminate.
No.
We don't judge.
Yeah, I also love team totals. I think team totals are really fun to root for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially teams that can score.
A lot of offense.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I think just points in general. Like, it's always more fun to root for points. I don't think anyone should ever take unders in college football. I think that's just
You can't.
Personally, I think it's just like you're just rooting for no fun. Like,
Yeah. No scoring at all.
no,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like you
don't want close games
You're
in college
being a little
football.
bit of a hardo if you're taking unders in college football.
Yeah.
Being a bit too serious.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
a deep breath.
It's like, yeah, it's like betting's not meant to be a job. It's meant to be fun.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're rooting for the over and it's a slower game, you're still in it until the fat lady sings.
Exactly.
All
But
the way
if
to the
you
end.
bet the under, I mean, that shit could be gone in the second quarter, and
screwed.
you've ruined the game
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yes. That's a great point. Very good point right there.
So, CJ, I know you're talking about parlays. So when you parlay, are you looking?
Shout out Devo, by the way.
Shout out.
Get all you want with your
Hey,
data.
like, comment, subscribe.
Varg, do you want
Data
to
involved.
talk about Devo a little bit?
Shout out Devo. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, shout out Devo. Get all you want with your data. Plug in all of your sources. Be secure. Put everything on that single pane of glass. Monitor effectively. Detect lateral movement. Threat hunt efficiently and effectively.
Everything that we need on, we're searching the web, cybersecurity wise.
I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Need
Data
that.
evolved. Data agnostic.
Hell yeah.
Data.
Data evolved. That's
data.
The world we live in, it's
Data,
data's
period.
everywhere.
Data. It's data driven.
It
hey,
is.
data drives betting numbers,
All numbers.
all numbers, football, game of inches, data.
What you got for breakfast this morning was based off data from what you've gotten years past and what you liked, what you didn't like.
Facts. This is facts.
That's a big breakdown right there.
You
All right.
went with a fastball.
How about this topic when it comes to gambling? Are you more of a bet with your heart or look at the numbers and
Play it smart. Play
yeah,
it
like
smart.
are you reading into the analytics or
So-
are you trusting your gut?
So yeah, there's definitely two schools of thought, right? It's what my wallet says, no, it's what my heart says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to think like I'm big into UFC, so it's easy to think more of heart in fighting because again, it only takes one, and like you can have that underdog and have the
Mhm.
dog in him, and he just wins. But in things like football or other types of sports, betting is so. I feel like you do have to have a strategy. You can't kind of go in with too much heart. Like Matt Mercurio, one of our boys.
I'm sure I've met him before.
You've definitely met him
Yeah, you
before.
met him.
He has really great betting IQ.
Yeah,
And he won't say it. He won't
Yeah.
say it, but he.
It's
He'll
a nice,
never admit
it's a nice talent to have.
Yes,
Yeah.
he teeters the line between his heart and his wallet very well, and he knows how to just think critically.
He knows how to always at least break even.
Always,
Yeah.
he's king of breaking even.
That's
Yeah.
a hell of a trait.
There's a certain talent of knowing when to walk away.
Yeah, he knows that. He knows that.
But
Sometimes you
hard-
get in too deep.
It's the hardest thing to do.
You know what?
I think there's the other side of the spectrum, though, that you got to love the person who has the confidence in themselves, no matter how many times they've lost, no matter how many times they've been in that situation before, where they continue to chase.
Yeah.
You have to respect it.
That's a man who never gives up.
100%.
Like TB in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
See, we were at the this
Yeah,
little
let's hear this
time.
story.
So we go to the casino at Fort Lauderdale, and we take out money.
I believe this was your first time ever at a live blackjack table,
Yes.
if I'm correct.
Yes, it had to be.
We lost you.
We lost you.
Gotta squeeze harder. No. Hello.
You're good.
All right, you're back.
But
You're
yeah,
back.
so we go to the we go to the casino in Fort Lauderdale. We all take out money. How much you take out, T?
I don't know, like $100 maybe.
Yeah, I took out 100.
College.
We were in
you know,
college, yeah.
College.
That's enough. That'll get you there.
I took out 100.
What are the minimum buy-ins?
Spring break was expensive enough as it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's probably like $50.
And you only took out 100?
25 buy-in.
25.
25 buy-in. Okay, that's not bad. You can play
Put the 100 on the table. Probably 20 minutes. No. 2 minutes and 20 seconds later, the money's gone.
No, well, so you started hot. So
I did start hot.
So me and Colin, I think, lost pretty fast, and then you were up probably like $100.
Yes, this is true.
And I think you just caught that high, and then
I
you
caught-
started to lose it.
No, I remember I won. I won a hand. It was like the second one in a row, and she was like, "All right, let's go," and I was like, "No,
Yeah.
let's not
I gotta
go."
win it back.
And I was like, "All right, let's keep going."
So you went back to the ATM, took
No,
more
no,
money
no,
out?
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, yeah.
Well, that's how you know you're in deep.
It's just put it this way: he was ahead, could have walked away positive, could have walked away even, ended up walking away negative.
Yeah, I continue to choose to
You're chasing.
lose money, pretty much.
I mean, we wouldn't talk about that to this day if you just walked away with a couple $100.
No,
This
yeah.
is a good. This is a
We
great-
would have forgotten it a while ago.
You did it
Yes.
for us for
Yeah.
the story.
Was this one of your first times at a casino?
I think it was the first.
It was the
It was
first. The first and last.
Technically second. Because we went to Twin River freshman year.
Oh, Thomas
With
Shopper.
Shop. That's another story. He was up about $400 or $500 and ended up like down $350
Yeah, well, that was shocking.
playing roulette.
I think that's
Freshman
usually.
year shop.
Congrats on
Yeah.
Thomas Shopper and Quincy getting married.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out.
Hey, shout out Matty Merck, by the way. We mentioned him, and can we get a round of applause for the boys
Yes,
that we were
yeah.
shouting out?
Round of applause.
We need
he
it,
knows
we
how
need
to
it.
bet.
But yeah, I think everyone's first time at a casino is they start off kind of hot. They win a couple games and their confidence is up, and they're like, okay, let's see what more we can get. And
That's how they get you.
They start going down. They're like, oh, I gotta win it back, and you keep going until you're just completely negative, and then you just lose all hope, and you cry yourself all the way back home.
Yeah,
They're
my
responsible.
That was my first time going to casino. I was up big, up a few hundred. Then I was like, oh, I'm killing it. And you keep going, and then you're down. And you're like, oh, I can win it back. Until now you're down 300, and all right, now I need to go home.
I was 17 going into Twin River. They don't ID. I'm
Shout out
sure
Twin
they do
River.
now.
For all you high schoolers
Yeah.
watching, looking for something to do this
It's been a
weekend.
few years. I was playing the slots. Go up $85. Huge
Hell
money.
yeah.
Huge money to an 18-year-old or 17-year-old.
Huge.
Not expecting to do anything. If you know me, I'm pretty forgetful. I left my wallet with the slip, like on the table. Wallet gets jacked.
No.
Naturally, obviously. I found it in the bathroom. The man was nice enough to leave everything but the $85 slip. So
You broke even.
I broke even.
There you go, yeah.
Could have been a lot worse.
Can't
Could
be
have
mad
been way
at that.
worse.
Could have had to replace all your cards and licenses and fuck that. But yeah, to get back to the college football. So after the Nebraska Northwestern game, what do we got next, CJ?
I think it's UNLV, Idaho State.
Let's go.
So it's at UNLV at 3:30.
It's gonna be a hot one.
It is Vegas, baby.
Vegas Heat.
At the Raiders Stadium, actually.
Ooh,
It's a
Allegiant.
pretty cool. It's a pretty cool game for those kids.
It's an
That's awesome game for
Yeah.
those kids.
They
Week
say
0.
I don't know if you heard Belichick talking about the Raiders facilities, but he said it was like a wonderland.
Really?
He said they were magnificent.
In the words of John Gruden, it was the Death Star.
Yeah.
So, whatever that means.
I don't know if you're allowed to say his name anymore.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
we'll
just
have to
kidding.
beep
John
that
Gruden was
out.
just kidding.
We gotta beep that out.
I'm pretty sure he's like Voldemort now.
He
He
who
is
shall not be
Baldy.
named.
All right. We'll bleep that out in post production.
Yeah,
John
we'll have to-
poor
we'll have to
guy,
be-
just got caught in the crossfire.
That's all.
John Gruden.
Yeah, he wasn't serious.
Ask those cheerleaders.
Jay was way worse.
Jesus.
Jay was worse than John.
How many Grudens are there?
There's too
Just
many.
two?
Too many.
They see the thing is with the Gruden family, they've just they can't get out of their own way. You don't know them all because they keep getting wiped from the family.
Isn't one of the kids like? Yeah, isn't he like Mr.
Baller?
Universe or something?
He played at Lafayette and was like
The Raging Cajuns?
yeah,
Louisiana Lafayette or just Lafayette?
Yeah, keep moving that mic around. You'll figure
just
it out.
Lafayette.
There
Just
it is.
There
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, there it is.
But yeah, he's a muscle hamster. That kid.
Yeah.
I think he's a strength coach somewhere now.
Gotcha.
No shit.
What define strength coach somewhere though?
Like, is he at Boyle's down the street or?
Yeah, boils. AE? Is he doing AE?
I think he's a.
Is he a
I
gym
think he's at a
teacher?
college. I think he's a college football.
Springfield
coach.
High.
Springfield?
Shout out
Wakefield needs something.
Show Wakefield High.
Shout out Tony Valentino.
I do want to say Idaho State was 1-10 last season. So
So
Yeah. I feel like I remember UNLV being like a pretty decent team too. I don't think
they compete.
Go Rebels. Go Rebels.
I believe Idaho State's also an FCS team. That's another play up game.
Yeah. So it's a lose for UNLV
I think.
realistically.
I might be wrong about the Idaho State thing.
Can we get a Larry on that?
It's fine. I think we can see what conference they're in. Oh, you can't even click on their name. What the heck?
So yeah, they can't be Big Five.
Yeah, they're big bums.
They're not Power Five.
Big bums.
just the more I read on Idaho State, the more I believe they have no chance.
Oh yeah, they are FCS.
The Bengals. Okay.
What? This looks like their logo looks like one of the created teams in Madden like 11.
I've seen face paint
Yeah.
that looks better than that.
What are they? Yeah. Honestly,
Those poor guys.
Yeah, not a lot of detail.
Hey, but they get to play at Allegiant Stadium.
they do.
Their stadium looks pretty tight.
So,
Actually, the stadium is awesome.
It is actually. It's a
Yeah.
dome. They got a dome. That's pretty cool.
oh, that is Stizzy.
All
Stizzy.
that dust storm, those dust storms out in Idaho.
Yeah, that's the one thing above sea level.
Their uniforms are kind of
I mean,
swaggy too.
No,
That's
they're
just
tight.
That's just Cincy's helmet.
Yeah,
They are the Bengals.
they basically are
Yeah.
Bengals. Yeah. But yeah, so if you had a bet, CJ, you're not going with Idaho. You're riding Rebels all day.
I mean, come on now.
The running Rebels, baby.
Minus 23.5
Ride Rebels minus 23.5.
is not enough.
I like 24.
Fair.
Can you play with those odds? Can you change them or no? They are what they are.
You can. I mean,
You can buy more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
You can tease it. You can please it.
lengthen the odds.
You can flick it.
Bop it.
Yeah.
Tease it, flick it, bop it.
Okay. So who we got next? We got UConn and Utah State.
Not UConn.
I will never, ever bet with UConn.
Why is that?
They are an atrocious organization.
I'm surprised there's still a team
Program.
there.
They
Shout out Cam to George.
shout out Cam to George.
No, he'll say he never went to UConn. Just
He's a
to leave it
Louisville guy, I guess. He's a Louisville guy. Shout out Jordan
What
McAfee.
they've done with their football program is pitiful. I have no faith in them, their athletic director, and their overall athletic program.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough.
They're going downhill for
Well,
sure.
except for women's basketball, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't take them off the pedestal.
They let men's basketball go to Trashdale.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
good. Kemba.
That was probably the last time they were like
Yeah.
a real competitive team.
Shout out Byron Jones though.
True.
Byron Jones. Shout out
UConn guy.
Yeah.
Shout out Byron Jones.
the Malafonwus. Only one of them went there. Obi.
Yeah, the other one
Yeah.
went to
I think
Syracuse.
He was a
Yeah.
practice squad guy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I worked with his cousin at Pirates.
Mass
Sheet-
Pirates.
oh.
shout out.
Mass Pirates. Shout out.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say you worked at that sheet metal place. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking, wow, like a Melifano must have been there.
Me and Mal FAMU just slaving away in 0 degrees with sheet metal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shout out Harrison.
hard workers.
Shout out Harrison.
Yeah. But what's the betting line for this one? I know it's
The money
crazy.
line is actually really insane for
20,
Utah State.
26 or something, right?
Yeah, negative 26 and a half for Utah State, and the money line is negative 4,500.
Wow.
So how much would you to make?
So you'd have to bet $450 to
You'd
win
have to
$10
win
$450
$10.
$10.
on UConn.
That is ridiculous.
Or on Utah State.
Bad value.
Might be worth
And
it.
but UConn's cheeks though, so it's like not even worth like betting on this. You think?
You could throw it in a
No.
parlay.
Throwing a parlay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
just a heavy parlay just to get some.
Yeah.
The over is 59 and a half.
And that'll all be scored by Utah State.
Yeah.
You can't expect UConn to get any points.
No.
Yeah. So this one's just automatic Utah then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Utah State, not to get confused with
Yes.
Utah.
what will be the biggest flop of the Pac-12 in Utah.
Oh, stay tuned for
Yeah.
that, folks. Stay
Talk
tuned.
about that a little bit. Talk about that.
Utah,
Yes, sir.
coming off a really good season, actually.
Very good season.
Very good season. Big bowl appearance, but they graduated a lot of guys.
Yes.
They're coming back to a strong Pac-12.
Very, very strong. Improved.
Lincoln Riley and my Trojans are about to take over
Your
the Pac-12
Trojans.
once again. Oregon, they have a new coach.
Their defense is stout.
Their defense is stout, but they have a new
Stout.
coach. They have a new coach.
Who's the man in charge in Oregon now?
Actually, I don't know his name, but I know that the other guy went to Miami.
Yes.
I
yes.
respectfully disagree with everything you're saying.
They're,
Respectfully.
they're
He
gonna-
doesn't respect Pac-12.
I think Utah's the team to beat in the Pac-12.
They are the second favorite.
I don't think any team's shown that they're capable of being,
But look at
competing
Oregon's
with the big
defense.
dogs. I mean, look at what Utah did in the bowl game against Ohio State last year. They lost. Ended up being a 48-45 game, I think. It was a shootout
Hell of a
That
game.
is a good game.
against what might be the national champion this year in Ohio State.
Oh, stay tuned for national championship picks coming up soon.
I think USC needs more time. I think Lincoln Riley is going to do a great job. But
Yeah.
I think you got to give him a year or two.
Yeah, they got a lot of transfers.
Yeah, Utah has a ton of young guys. A lot of young guys on this team. Not a lot of seniors.
With Lincoln Riley needing time, I would say the biggest hurdle that new head coaches, especially offensive-minded coaches, have is getting the quarterback equipped with their system. Caleb Williams transferring from Oklahoma State to USC. He already has it under his belt. Hearing excellent things coming from the camp.
That's a great point. I did forget about him.
USC is always packed with NFL-ready wide receivers.
Yes, correct. And they got a couple transfers at that position as well.
They also got a couple transfers on the defensive side that are absolute studs.
Like who?
Are they handing out bread like NILs?
Let's get the receipts.
Are they handing out bread in these NILs though? Is that how
Probably.
they're getting these?
I don't know. They got like a 6'6" linebacker transfer from Arizona State.
No shit. He's
Yeah.
fast boy too.
Boy.
Big boy.
He's fast boy. No.
I don't know. He's a captain.
If size was everything, though, then Brock Lesnar would still be playing for the Vikings.
This is facts.
Hey,
this
don't-
is facts.
Brock Lesnar did great. All right. He's isn't he the only guy to be like a 3-sport, like one of the only guys to be like a 3-sport?
Have you ever seen the
athlete?
tapes of him trying out for the Vikings?
Yes.
He was god awful.
Yeah.
He
made
just
a couple
fought everybody.
plays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looked
Plays.
like a chicken with his head cut off, like running through the line.
He didn't have great technique, but like he was just so raw power, raw strength, it didn't fucking matter.
Well, it did because he got cut. But
Well, it did, but like he got the shot solely because he could just compete off raw talent
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's a
he's-
big name.
and big
big
name.
name, yeah.
So yeah, he's a baller. Absolutely.
What about you? See that guy? I forget what team he's on. Philly, I think, has that the sprinter.
Olympic hurdler.
Yeah.
Oh, Devon
Yes,
Allen.
the kid Allen.
flies.
Funny enough, hey, watch our short clip that T-Bag made. T-Bag, tell us about the clip.
Yeah, so last football pod, Randy, he's big on the Eagles this year. He says the Eagles, NFL, we're talking college football.
Fly, Eagles,
NFL.
fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. He's big on the Eagles. But yeah, Devin Allen burnt through the
Crispy.
Cleveland Brown defense for a bomb touchdown
Crispy
the other day.
route.
Yeah.
Crispy route.
No,
Yeah.
he flies.
Yeah, we were just talking about each division. And I put Eagles in that division to be my number 1 and Cowboys number 2. And I know everyone thought I was a little crazy for it, but I think Eagles are a hot team right now. I think they got a lot of talent. I think they're only building up. And yeah, obviously want to keep this college football base, but I watched that clip because I think they're slept on, and I'm riding the Eagles, so we're riding high.
All right, well, we're flying high, and we're flying right into the
flying
next
high.
game on the docket. What we got?
Yeah, so what do we got, CJ?
Wyoming at Illinois.
Yes, sir. Another
This is
big money line here.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Illinois favorite.
2 teams I don't know a whole lot about personally.
Josh Allen, shout out, Wyoming guy.
I know Wyoming had that stud linebacker last year too. I mean, he's in the
Oh,
league
yes.
now somewhere.
Yes,
He
you
had
got
something
picked.
crazy, like 150 tackles in his senior year or something.
The Pats he was on the Pats radar, I'm sure.
Yeah, I actually wanted the Pats to get him.
Definitely on the Pats radar.
I mean, I think everyone should be on the Pats radar. Freaking
100%.
Absolutely.
The Illinois has a lot of big boy quarterbacks.
Final
Couple 6'4" plus, 225 plus guys.
It's good. You see over the line.
Yeah.
It's important.
I kind of like Wyoming to cover.
What's
Yeah.
the
So for
spread?
their money line, so Illinois is negative 650 and Wyoming's plus 460. So it definitely seems like Illinois is a big favorite, but like CJ says, I do love the plus sign and I do like that value.
Illinois wasn't a high-scoring team last year. They had some offensive struggles.
Okay.
The over is 43. You think they can make that?
I do like 40,
Okay.
40 point or low 40s
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
overs in college football,
Because you got to think each team's scoring 20 at least.
at least.
Okay. Okay.
And
like
I love the idea of the Cowboys making a run.
Yes.
you got to imagine Wyoming's a gritty team.
Very gritty. Got a lot of
Illinois seems like they could be a little pretty boy for the Big Ten.
Yeah. They've never seen success in that league.
No.
You know. But yeah, Wyoming, they have bred some studs in recent history. I don't know many from Illinois. Yeah, I mean, I'm with Varg on this one. I'm going Wyoming.
Plus 11.
Yep.
And tickle the money line if you're interested.
Just tickle.
Just tickle
If you're brave enough, you know.
Just a little,
Think about
tickle.
it. Anything you lose this week, you have until December,
It's
January
week 0, people. It's
to
week
win
0.
it back.
Exactly.
So you might as well go down and fight back, or go up.
and stay up.
There's no negative.
Stay up.
This weekend.
Your coworkers, your friends, your family will all think of you in a better light if you take Wyoming money line and you nail it.
Yes.
You will be a king.
You will increase your money your name,
Automatic.
your fame,
Still
your
is.
glory.
Girls will want you, and men will want to be you.
Yes.
I love
So
Definitely gonna have to take
lock it
Wyoming's
in.
money line.
Yeah, you gotta go my way.
How
like
much
that.
do I have in my bank
So
account?
is that a PG? Is
You're
that a
telling me-
PG?
yeah,
Varg?
that's a PG.
That's a PG. If you don't know what a PG is, that's a personal guarantee. Lock it up.
Lock it in. Hey, that's
Lock it
personal
up.
guarantee. Lock
Yes.
it
Lock
Boom.
that up. Boom.
I'll take it right now.
in. All right. Moving on to the next.
What's next? What do we
Florida
got, Siege?
So Duquesne at Florida State.
It's a lose-lose for Florida State. Losing money or losing the game.
I think
But
I think
Duquesne,
Florida State
I
has a
don't
good
know.
team.
Yeah, I mean Duquesne.
Florida State historically
Duquesne-
the better program.
Duquesne's a
Yeah.
competitive FCS team though.
Yeah, no, they are. In recent years, they've been in the playoffs. I know for a fact. Shout out Kevin Falaki. He almost transferred for his 5th year there.
Shout out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin Flag.
He decided he opted with UMaine, but shout out him.
UMaine got a hell of a football player and a coach.
Yes,
Yeah.
and turned into a coach. So, shouts outs to him. But yeah,
Georgetown
Duquesne
now, right? Is it Georgetown?
Yeah, he's coaching Georgetown. Shout out.
October 1st, Georgetown versus Fordham.
Be there, be
there.
square.
I was just about to say that.
You guys should high five.
So, do we have betting odds for the Florida State Duquesne?
My book didn't have a line, probably because it's so big.
Yeah,
I'd stay away.
mine didn't either.
I mean, you could probably find it somewhere, but it's probably a big line.
Yeah.
mean-
Do you think you stay away from this betting from this game?
Yeah.
What do you think?
If you can find a line, you
Yeah.
take Florida State.
It's also like you.
I mean,
I imagine
if-
no one's going to be really watching this game. I mean,
Mhm.
the 3:34 window, you're probably going to like really. It's going to be the Illinois-Wyoming game. You're probably going to
Yeah,
be watching
Big Ten
at this
Network.
point. So you're probably going to jump right from Northwestern, Nebraska to Illinois-Wyoming.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I do have a line.
Let's hear it, let's hear it.
Wait, he's got a line.
Let's go.
Duquesne is plus 46.
Oh,
And Florida State is obviously
I almost
minus
I almost
46.
like Duquesne there.
No,
Wow.
Florida
I don't
State.
hate
Florida State is going to 60 piece.
But what if they score 20?
I think Florida State has a great defense.
But the over is 58.
And that I like. Actually.
I'll take that over.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take that over.
Also, Florida State's wins are 6.5.
Does Florida
over
State
under.
have anybody? They had that
I don't know much about
stud
him.
D tackle that.
He's gone. Right?
Yeah,
They have,
Jets.
they have a great D line for sure.
Yeah.
They've always got like one or two
Their
players that are
defense
going
is
to do
stacked.
something, but their offense hasn't been able to figure it out.
That's I
No.
think the weakness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their QB's situation.
They had the kid
It's been
from
rocky.
the UCF kid that blew his knee out.
Oh, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie Milton.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a great story. Love that.
Is he still playing or is he?
I don't think so. I think it was. I think last year was his last year, but he did get some burn, which you love to see.
Yeah, good
Love
for
to
him.
see it, love to
Shout
see
out,
it.
shout out Mackenzie Milton.
So
Shout out.
I will say last year Florida State did start 0-4
Wow.
after kind of a hangover from the COVID year.
Yeah.
Did finish strong. They did beat their rival Florida in one of the last games of the season. Maybe they're starting to figure it together. The hangover is gone. Had a full training camp.
Yeah.
Players they like, strong defense. Maybe their quarterback will figure it out.
Yeah, they are still the Seminoles. They're still Florida State, so you know they're gonna have a good recruiting class every year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be interested to see how they do this year. But yeah, I mean, you might like Duquesne in this, right? Isn't that right, Siege?
I'll take the over. I would.
I like it, I like
58
it.
and a half.
It's just 58.
If you're gonna
58?
if you're gonna bet it, I'd take the over.
All right. I
Hey,
like
scared money don't make money.
Yeah, or Florida
It's true.
State's team total is probably like 51.5 or something like that.
It's at 5 Eastern. You'll likely be feeling pretty good. You want to root for a high scoring game. You want to see touchdowns.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
It all comes down to how you did in the Northwestern Nebraska game.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Positive or negative after that game.
Yeah.
Maybe throw them in on the parlay.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, and then UNC, Florida A&M next.
Next, yeah. This is gonna be a good game, I think.
Yeah, you're drunk.
I'm not drunk.
Florida A&M.
Oh, my bad.
Texas A&M.
I'm looking at the FAU Charlotte.
Oh
My
yeah,
bad,
I
my
thought
bad.
next
Oh,
was
yeah.
Florida Atlantic was
Yeah,
next.
that's on me. I skipped.
Yeah, I was kind of confusion there.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just might be.
You just might be.
Had a big night last night.
Oh,
Played a lot of darts.
Shout out Hunters.
Play a little pool.
Shout out Flight Club.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, rule number one.
Flight Club.
Flight.
Oh.
with an
Flight.
FL.
Yeah, but you can't talk about that either.
I mean, if you want to shout out Hunters, though. Chef
Shout out
Lambo.
Hunters.
Chef
Hey,
Lambo
yo.
beat Bobby Flay.
People forget.
Beat Bobby Flay.
People forget.
Came up on a nice bag.
Ever heard
40
of him?
40 G's.
Yeah.
Wow.
40 guacamoles.
That's a lot of bones.
And that's light money for him.
Actually, Chef Lambo, Division I football player. SC State.
Shout out.
Shout out. Now he's cooking that
Blocking-
good shit up.
Blocking tight end.
South Carolina State.
South Carolina State. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tight end.
Shout out.
So it seems like the Charlotte and Florida Atlantic game is going to be a high-scoring game, but the spread is small. It's only within a touchdown.
-7, baby.
You think this is going to be a shootout here? Hard to bet on this one.
Is this one you stay
Yeah.
away from?
Defensive battle.
You take the over.
FAU is.
Definitely take the over.
What's his name's the coach there?
Lane.
No, he's at Ole Miss.
No, he's at Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah.
Willie Tagart is the head coach, if that's who you're thinking of.
Oh no.
Charlie Strong. No, he's
No,
USF.
Lane Kiffin used to be at FAU and then he went to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shout out Dante Cosart. Assumption transfer to FAU.
Former alum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never met him.
Speaking of assumptions
great
alum,
guy,
shout out
great
Deontay
guy.
Hardy,
Shout out Deontay Hardy.
Formerly
Facts.
Harris.
Facts.
formerly known as Deontay Harris.
But yeah, Charlotte. I actually like Charlotte a lot. I like betting on Charlotte a lot.
Why is that?
Um,
Have
They
they
haven't
treated
let
I
you
don't know,
down.
they're just like one of those teams that I feel like always covers.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
like a couple of years. It was like them. Marshall was a team that always covered. Coastal. It was like weird teams like that you fall in love with teams like that.
I
Yeah,
do love
that's
so-
Marshall.
Yeah.
So CJ,
We are Marshall.
Actually, both of you. Do you guys both have a favorite college team? Do you guys ride with a certain team? If so, which ones?
I'm the Trojans. Been
No
a
shit.
USC fan.
I like it. I
It's
like
funny
it.
how he became vocal about it after they got Lane Kiffin this year. I mean, not Lane Kiffin,
Lincoln
Lincoln
Riley.
Riley.
Yeah, don't.
I've been hearing
don't
that name a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I've taken a hard loss through my teenage years. I was high on them as a young buck.
Yeah, because
With Reggie Bush,
One of the
Lindell
young
White,
guns.
Yeah.
Leinert, Matt Barkley.
Yep. Even Mark Sanchez, you liked. I remember.
People say we even look alike.
Studs. I mean,
It's the flow.
Two good-looking guys. I can see it.
You know, you sometimes, when things are bad, you just gotta ride it out.
Yeah.
You don't want to be too vocal, grind in the dark, you know. But
Stay
you
down
either
till you
get
come
revealed
up.
or exposed for the work you put in, and we're
And-
starting to see it. come
And they're
through.
going to be
Thank you.
revealed.
Yes, sir.
What about you, CJ? Any favorite teams you're riding with?
Yeah. So I mean, I like Texas a lot recently.
of course.
But I mean, they're not like if I had to say like a team that I've always rooted for, it's Boise State.
Yes, that's your team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blue turf. Smurf turf.
Fell in love with them after the 2007 Fiesta Bowl. I was a youngin.
Another young gun.
Shout out Rod Wave.
Shout out, young.
Shout out Rod Wave.
And Jack Harlow.
And Jack Harlow.
And
Jack
Jackie.
Harlow. But yeah, so I mean that was the best, probably the best, one of the best college football games of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hook and
History.
ladder.
Hook and ladder, Statue of Liberty, and an engagement all on the same night.
Yep.
Wild.
He's an accountant now.
Yeah, but I bet he remembers that moment forever.
He probably does.
Telling his
Yes,
kids
sir.
about it.
That's big facts.
I'll tell my kids about it.
Me too.
But yeah, so big Boise State fan.
Okay. So do you
Kellen-
both think
Kellen
that
Moore, winningest
SEC
quarterback in football history, NCAA football history.
My bad. But I wanted to ask because I know a lot of people think SEC is a little overrated. They got a little, too many hype teams. What do you guys think about that opinion?
The SEC is not overrated. It's,
Okay.
I think it's very well rated.
Okay.
Reasonably rated.
Reasonably rated.
What like divisions of the college football teams do you think is the most overrated or underrated?
ACC.
ACC.
Yeah, I think the ACC is like one of those things that like used to be great, but I don't.
At the top
was
end.
Notre Dame? They were used to be in the ACC.
Yeah,
Yes,
then
yes.
they went.
Was it just like a short stint, or were they? predominantly ACC up until.
I don't know when they moved to like non-conference.
But yeah, because
I also don't know the benefits.
Yeah, because ACC.
They just want to be. They just want to separate themselves, be cool. I feel like at this point. Like pick a conference. Come on.
Or did their conference get like demolished and then they just never joined?
No, I think it was one of those things like the sports went different conferences, so they kind of just said football is going to be independent. Because like, no, I had like UConn, like football went AAC, but basketball was still like Big East. But then there was no Big East in football, so they had to like, split that up.
Mm-hmm. Then the Big East got terminated.
But yeah, I think the Pac-12 is like one of those conferences that like has so much potential to be exciting, but they just haven't lived up to it because like they were so known for being like high scoring, like explosive teams.
Yeah. Not a lot of defense being played. Pac-12 or Big 12.
I was about to ask, what do you think is super important to have as a college team? Like a fantastic offense or a fantastic defense?
If you had one or the other.
Yeah, if you had to have one or the other.
Offense.
Definitely offense.
I think, yeah.
Because you'll always be in a game.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it'll just be a shootout, just back and forth. Yeah.
I think it's very cool to have a good defense.
Yeah, 100%.
Swaggy.
But
it's difficult.
I think everyone scores in college, so it really comes down to who can score.
That's the thing, yeah. Defense in college, I feel like, isn't as like strict or as strong as it is in the pros. And so that's why it's such high-scoring games. That's why it's like watching, a guy like Johnny Manziel sling it is so exciting just because no one is stopping that.
Yeah, you get someone playing at the top of the game.
Offenses now, too, are so complicated. Like,
there's
offenses that are, like, impossible for defense.
Literally could never understand it. I could never pass a test.
You'll never stop everything.
Yeah.
Teams will always score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But, hey, that's college football in today's day and age.
But now in NFL, is it more important to have a strong defense or strong offense?
I mean,
I don't know if it changes.
Yeah.
I think if you can always score.
You need to be able to complement the other one. That's what it comes down to.
That's true. Yeah.
You can't have just one.
What's the saying is it's the best offense is a great defense or something like that?
It's one way or
best
the other.
defense, great offense.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they're both interchangeable, to be honest with you.
But that's the thing. If your offense is going 3 and out constantly or punting quickly, then your defense is constantly on the field. I mean, it's tiring. You're wearing down.
Yeah.
And
you'd rather have your team have the ball as long as possible.
And the defense is just going to get like frustrated with the offense.
Yeah.
No, but facts.
Turmoil.
You need to be able to game. You need to be able to game manage.
100%.
Right on both sides, and you need to be able to play field position. Right.
Yeah.
You need to pin them inside their 30, inside their 20.
Yep.
Long drives.
Facts.
Foot on the throat, as
Foot
one
on
would
the throat,
say.
baby.
I like it. So, sorry, we digressed a little bit there. What do we got next? What do we got next? Or what do we got for odds? Did we finish that up?
Yeah, the FAU -7.
I like it.
But yeah, up next is UNC and Florida A&M. Personally, I have a little bit of a grudge against UNC because of last year.
Wow.
What happened?
Big picks.
I had a lot of future bets on UNC last year. I had a lot of faith in Sam Howell, and I was a big idiot.
Big mistake.
Yeah, no. And they lost me a lot of money, so...
Yeah, fuck the Tar Heels.
Never again.
I'm kidding.
Why can't this be a big upset for the Raptors?
I mean, yeah, it's a good point.
Why not them?
Yeah.
UNC has a big boy quarterback, 6'7", 245.
Is he the starter?
He's a starter.
Is he the starter?
Oh, is he the starter? Let's peep. Hold on one second.
But I think UNC is the better team. Let's be real. Betting pride aside.
No, 100%. They also have... who's the coach? Mac Brown? Is that his name?
Oh, yes.
Old Texas guy?
Yes.
Who I think is like behind Saban for like most. Or actually, I don't even think Saban's up there. I think he's like second in.
He's a legendary
for wins.
Legendary college coach for sure.
So I think he's a guy that would never let like a crazy upset happen. But
There's also big news on Florida A&M side. They will be playing this game without 20 of their eligible players.
Wow.
Due to reasons that will not be said.
Damn.
So they only have 7 offensive linemen available for tonight.
God.
Oh shit, that's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, the starting quarterback for UNC is Derek May. Quarterback. He's a freshman.
Okay.
Which is, again, a lot of young, all freshmen, sophomores on this team. Not a lot of older
The
guys.
freshman going up against the belittled Florida A&M team. Doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good.
They will receive $450,000 though. So congrats to A&M on that bag.
Yes. Shout out. Applause.
On that bag.
Got that bag regardless.
There we go.
Don't you have to play the game?
They do have a linebacker, Isaiah Land, who won the Buck Buchanan Award as the FCS's Defensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
So
right.
you can almost guarantee that he is going to be playing his heart out
Yeah.
for 3 quarters because they'll take him out in the fourth. They are getting bodied.
Yeah, we're back. We're talking about college sports. And what do we leave out with, CJ? Was it
We're
North
talking about
Carolina?
the stud on A&M, the defensive.
Yeah.
Isaiah
player.
Land.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has a great game tonight.
I definitely want to keep an eye on him.
I'm rooting for him, but I'm going with UNC, I think.
Yes. Lock it in.
Okay.
UNC. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Next, we got UTEP,
Yep.
North Texas.
Little in-state rivalry.
The mean
Yes.
green in the mine.
It's crazy to think about just how many football colleges there are in Texas.
Yeah,
Absolute ton. Absolute ton.
we could list off a lot.
UTEP, North Texas, Texas,
Rice,
Rice, UTSA, Texas A&M.
Florida. I don't know.
UT San
Florida?
Antonio.
Close.
Houston.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more.
There's got to
I'm
be.
sure there's like a Dallas school.
And there's got to be like a bunch of little Division I
Texas
schools.
A&M.
Is there Texas Southern?
Yeah.
Southern Methodist.
Texas
Yeah, that's
State.
true.
UT San Antonio.
We've said that like 3 times.
They're in there though.
Texas State.
Texas State.
There's got to be
Texas. Shout out to Texas.
Shout out Texas. Bro.
There's got to be a
Is
South
Troy-
Texas.
Is Troy in Texas?
No, Troy's in. I think Troy's in like Philly.
Nah,
Really?
Troy's in
What am I thinking?
Texas.
Oh,
Or
I think I'm
like
Temple.
Bama.
I think I'm to Temple.
Yeah, Temple's Philly.
Yeah.
It is Bama. It's
Florida?
Alabama. Troy's Bama.
Troy,
Troy's
Alabama.
Bama.
But yeah, I don't know much about these two teams. I might take the over though.
I actually like UTEP in this one.
Okay.
I feel like UTEP was a scoring team last year.
So, yeah, UTEP is plus 100 money line, which I don't hate.
We love plus signs, right?
But the
We do
spread
love
is
plus
1.5. They're very, very close game.
Yeah.
tight one.
So
Stay
that-
away
this
from
one-
that spread.
Yeah, that spread's tough.
You might as well go money line.
Yeah, okay.
Or might as well take the North Texas minus 1.5. But personally, I like UTEP.
UNT, apparently, on ESPN's matchup predictor, 60% favorite.
Wow.
Not enough.
That's not enough at all.
It is 88
It's
degrees
never
in
enough.
El Paso, Texas.
It's at UTEP. Keep that in mind.
Home advantage does how much of a difference do you think that plays when it's home advantage in any sport?
It's in Texas, so I don't know how much this specific.
This one, yeah.
Yes,
Home
similar
advantage is
weather.
huge.
But like
short
even
trip.
fan base,
I imagine
everything.
though, El Paso is close to the Texas-Mexico border, and North Texas is very far.
Yeah, it's at least an 8-hour bus ride.
Texas is a big country or a big state.
It is.
Used to be its own country.
Could be its own
Yeah,
country.
the Republic of Texas.
They seceded from the
Yeah.
the states.
But yeah, I think home field is very important. I think it's just a
Yeah.
comfort thing. Like you
Yes.
sleeping in your own bed the night before.
Yeah, and
Yep.
you anytime you're at home, you cannot let the homeboys down. You cannot like if you're on the road, that's whatever. But like when they're in your backyard, that's demoralizing.
Can't let
Yeah,
the Bice
yeah.
down.
Can't do it. Shout out the
Bice.
Bice. Shout out
The
the Bice.
Bice.
Let's go.
We're recording. We're back.
We're back. We're good. Yeah, we're gonna finish this up. We're
Yeah, it was crazy. Some guy came running in here and stole the camera.
stole the camera.
Yeah.
We're
But
It is
jokes
South
on
Boston.
him.
Yeah.
jokes
Yeah.
on him. The batteries are dead. So
Jokes on him. The batteries are dead, and he didn't take it's a podcast, so we don't even need the camera.
So we don't even.
But
All right, cool.
yeah, New Mexico State, Nevada.
Yeah, I think I'm with Varg on this one. I think I like New Mexico State.
Yeah. I love
Why is
the
that?
Why is that though? Yeah.
-7.5.
Yeah, that extra half point. It's a nice little.
Yeah, that is
Cushion.
huge.
It's very pro. Take the +7.5 versus
Okay.
the favorite.
So, do you like the halves, or do you like when it's full, like a full number, or do you think the half is nice?
Well, I mean, depends on what kind of guy you are. I mean, I think a push is never fun.
Right.
But
Sometimes it's nice to get a push, but it's not.
yeah, but I mean, it's
Not what you're looking for.
It also, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it could make or break it either way. So
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. It really depends on who's playing, just how big the line is.
Mm-hmm.
But like in this case, right, 7.5. That can easily finish at -7. You don't see games ending in 8
Yeah.
typically.
True.
So if it's gonna be that close, I'll ride with New Mexico State,
Yeah.
and I think they can cover with 7.
In football, especially 7.5 is like. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but realistically, the way like most scores end up, 7.5 and 9.5 are almost like the same exact thing because it's normally.
I was gonna say like 10.5 too.
Yeah, it's almost like like anywhere from like it's either probably going to be like a 7-point game or a 3-point game or a 10-point game. Like it's rarely going to be like an
Right.
8 or 9-point game.
Yeah.
So, like if you want to take Nevada -7.5, you might as well jump it up to 9.5 and take the extra money. But again, probably a knucklehead move to do that.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
If you're betting with your heart or betting with your gut, anything goes.
Try.
But that's some good insight by these guys right here.
Yeah,
Our
100%.
experts.
Absolutely. So,
But again, only been gambling for very few amount of years now.
Gamble at your own risk.
I
people.
mean,
hey, you got more experience than me.
You gamble your whole life. You know, every
Right.
every choice you make.
Life is a gamble.
Every day you
You
walk
get-
out that door.
yeah, you get in a car. That's a huge gamble.
Right.
Behind the wheel, what?
I mean, when you wake up in the morning, the shorts you decide to put on, shorts versus pants, boxers versus briefs.
I mean, I used to drive to Assumption with Ty, and I'm still here. So
Yeah.
Ty used to drive with his cleats on.
we broke down.
Austin's ready.
We broke down on the way back from Assumption one time.
No shit.
On 95.
Yep.
Almost
Get
got
in.
drilled by like 5 different cars in the breakdown lane.
Yeah. So, quick story time.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
This is just an example how nice guys finish last. Everyone knows the saying. So we're getting off of Route 3 onto 95. And we're flying on the ramp, like the on-ramp. So we're revving it up, getting faster. But then I see someone's emerging to my right. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to slow down, let them go, be the nice guy.
Yep.
But we're moving at good speed and we're going downhill, so we're picking up speed. So I gotta like hit the brake pretty hard, like aggressively. And right as I do that, my car just explodes pretty much. Like not actually, but
Just shits the bed.
every like meter beeper, whatever, what's it called on the dash?
The lights.
Yeah, every light went on at once, and just like
Jesus.
you know your car is
We've
dead.
all been there.
Yeah. But yeah, I was trying to be the nice guy, and I finished last. You know, story of our lives.
You know
right?
what I bet you didn't do?
What's that?
Complain.
Didn't complain.
You know who did complain though?
You?
That guy.
No, I am a complainer. But I'll take that bullet. But no, the tow guy that picked us up.
The tow guy
He
was
was,
complaining.
he was like, yeah, I got hit by a car last week. I'm sick of this shit. And we're like,
Yes.
what are you doing here? He's like, yeah, I'm actually not supposed to be working for another 6 months. So I guess now anytime he's like picking somebody up on the highway, he has this guy had like a bucket of pennies.
Yes.
That if cars would get too close to him, he just rifle pennies at their windshields.
Yeah.
Like on the highway. Which
Literally, move the fuck over.
does some
Throws
damage.
pennies, throws it.
It was crazy. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, like a bucket full of pennies. You just grab handfuls
He's like,
and
yeah.
chuck
he-
them.
and then
Yes.
he's like, yeah, I don't fuck around with this. I got hit last week. And we're like, what do you mean you got hit last week?
Yeah.
How are you
still
alive?
working?
I mean,
Got hit on the highway?
if he's gonna get hit, he's gonna get hit. You know,
He's gonna go down swinging.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's throwing at cars who are just getting too close.
Yeah, I mean,
that aren't going to hit him.
And realistically, what are pennies going to do at that point?
Nothing.
right.
No.
I've heard
drive right
coins
to
can
the-
like kind of like crack windshields. Isn't that why?
I think the theory is that they'll think next time they see a tow truck to move over.
They're gonna throw
Yeah.
pennies
So
at
he's
me.
helping up. He's helping out his fellow tows.
He thinks he's being
Yeah.
a hero to the industry.
Shout the industry.
Which in a
Shout the
way he
industry.
is. Maybe bad execution of his heroic deeds. But, you know, you see a tow truck, move over.
Move over.
That's
is
the story, you know.
Or
the
else you get
story.
drilled by pennies.
Exactly.
All right, so I think we all agreed that New Mexico State's probably the one you want to bet on.
Minus or plus 7, yeah.
Plus
And a half.
7.
Plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
7.5.
You tickle the money line if you're feeling it.
And tickle it.
Tickle that thing.
If you have balls.
Tickle them balls.
All right, so Varg,
Responsibly.
shout us out
Responsibly, of
for
course.
this last game of the day.
Hawaii.
Yes,
Plus
sir.
Vandy.
Tell us about it. The Rainbow Warriors.
I'm pretty sure Hawaii is
Shout out
11
Woody.
11-1 against the spread in their opening games
Wow.
No shit.
over the past 12 years.
And it's at
And
Hawaii.
It's in Hawaii.
And I believe, CJ, you were saying that you wanted Hawaii too, right?
I did. I actually took Hawaii's money line in this one.
And
Ooh.
T-Bag, you're big on Hawaii, you said too, right?
I'm high on Hawaii. Shout out Coach Woody Blevins.
Fuck it, I'm
Hawaii
riding
guy.
Hawaii too then.
Yeah.
Ride that wave. That big wave Hawaii.
Are we tickling them too? What's going on?
Yeah, tickle their money line. Yeah, for sure. We could actually
Something's
still
getting
catch.
tickled.
We could actually still catch the game.
What time's that at?
Which one?
Hawaii.
It's on it tonight.
Yeah, it's on tonight. It's
That's
10:30.
where you find out who the real
10
Rainbow Warriors are.
10:30 Eastern. How fast? Probably what, like a 12-hour flight?
Hey yo.
Yeah.
But we're going back in time.
No, actually, Hawaii is
16 hours.
I think it's like 23.
23-hour flight.
Because you have
Hawaii's
you
23.
can't get there directly. So I think
You have to go like California.
I think you have to
take
fly,
another.
I think you have to fly to either like California or like Texas.
Interesting. I've never been to Hawaii. Have you guys
So
ever
where,
been to
where
Hawaii?
do you think Vandy's flying from? Cali?
It's 9 hours.
They might
nonstop.
Vandy might be able to
Yeah,
fly
we can make it.
from
We can
Tennessee.
make it.
We can
Tennessee.
make that.
True.
I don't know.
9 hours nonstop.
Oh,
I know,
really?
it's nonstop. If we left
To
to Logan
Hawaii?
Airport
To Hawaii.
right now, and we got a plane right now.
We're going
Wait,
back.
can we expense
It's like
it?
6
Can we
hours.
expense it to the podcast?
Yeah.
Dude, it's actually
You guys, the viewers, are actually expensing our trip to Hawaii. Thank you guys. Thank
Sure,
you.
yeah, put our Venmos in. We take tips on our Venmos.
Yeah, when the
donate
video
to the
dies out,
Venmo.
just put up our
Donate to the
Venmos.
Cash App. Donate. Thank you.
I feel like $700 for a flight to Hawaii
It's actually
It-
very cheap.
isn't what I expected.
Especially last minute.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be more money, you know?
I had a cousin that almost tricked us into going out to Hawaii for a wedding. And
What do you mean tricked you?
So there wasn't a wedding.
no, so there was a wedding, but
no wedding.
So he had originally planned it in Hawaii, and then without telling anybody, he moved it back to. He lives in Seattle, but he moved it back to Seattle, and then so like we were like pretty close to booking a trip to Hawaii for no reason, and then
How
And then
close?
we finally found out that it wasn't Hawaii, and I was like, "Yo, when are you gonna tell us?" Like.
That would have been a bamboozle of a lifetime right there.
Yeah, so didn't end up going to the wedding.
Wow.
Where was it, in Washington, you said?
It was in Seattle. It's
Yeah.
like upstate Washington, like
Yeah.
Canada border. But
I've never been. You guys ever been to Washington?
No.
No.
No,
I've heard-
my-
Went to San Francisco, which is like the closest thing
Yeah.
to.
How's Northern California? I've never been. I've been to Southern California, though.
I thought San Francisco was ass.
That's not the answer I was expecting.
It. No offense to the Bay Area and those that live there,
Shout out.
Shut up.
but it's all built on a hill.
Steep hills, yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, it gets nicer as you go up the hill.
Yeah.
Pacific Heights is at the top, really wealthy area, but homelessness is a big issue.
So
which
is it
then
like-
causes like a ripple effect in like their stores and makes things really difficult.
Is that like almost like a caste system? Like at the top is the rich, and then lower down the hill, just more and more poor.
So yeah, and the theory is like the homeless or homeless people don't like to climb hills. they like that.
So that's why.
Yeah,
that's why they live down there.
So it gets worse as it goes to the bottom.
Or maybe Apple will start rolling down the hill, and then
That's pretty metaphorical, though. Honestly, the poor stays at the bottom, the rich stay at the top. That's pretty metaphorical.
Yeah. But regardless, the food was good.
Did you see the Full House house?
No.
No.
I saw the Celtics win there though, which was cool.
That's
They won
hot.
a game.
That's hot.
They won a game.
Shout out Celts.
Shout out C's, baby.
They'll be back. They'll be back. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah, don't sleep. But yeah, so we're all riding high on Hawaii, right?
Yep.
That's where we're going.
We're riding Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Do not fade us. Do not fade us.
Shout out Manti Te'o.
Watch the Manti doc.
Untold story. I'm a big Manti Te'o fan now.
Did you guys watch that?
I don't know if I'd say a fan. I just
I
feel
haven't
for the
watched
guy.
it yet, but I've heard a lot of crazy
I'm a fan.
shits.
Dude, you
He
need
was
to
a
watch it.
demon. He was such a
I
good
don't
player.
know. I wasn't very high on him
So
when
was
he played.
Renaya. Renaya was
Renaya.
Renaya is a demon.
Renaya is an actual, Lucifer might have sent her up here
But Renaya
to
was
do some damage.
Renaya was a good football player. Starting freshman QB as a Friday freshman QB on her high school team.
Where, Wakefield High?
No, in Hawaii.
Did shout out
wherever she's
Wakefield High.
from. No, from Cali.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Did you notice though that they weren't really playing any good highlights? There was a lot of missed passes.
It was,
overthrows.
it was like a bootleg, and then it cut right before he threw the ball.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
They wanted no hype.
It's kind of like how in the Aaron Hernandez doc, how that kid was the starting QB, but wasn't.
No.
Yeah, you could say anything after the fact.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna
exactly.
check you.
Yeah. Yeah, Renaya was going to the NFL, but then decided to be a catfish.
Hart
Instead.
wasn't in it. Yeah.
No. But
That's the story.
That is a wild
Tune
story.
into that on Netflix, by the way.
shout out.
Yeah, watch the Manti doc.
Shout out. But I think we covered all our games
Yeah, we did.
for
It's
this
big,
afternoon. Week 0, college football.
Big week 0. CFB.
I just can't wait to see Lee Corso.
Oh,
I'm excited to hear
I feel
him
like Lee
do
right
something
now.
or see him do something absolutely outrageous on live television.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean,
shout out college game day.
listening to him talk is. I love Lee Corso, but he needs a translator. He struggles now.
Shout out Lee. Shout out Lee.
What did he call that little kid?
He goes,
What are you, an idiot?
No, he goes, not so fast, midget.
Not so fast, midget.
He's got some great
Hey, yo.
audio takes.
He does.
That's funny.
But so CJ is wearing a Texas shirt.
Shout out.
Quinn Ewers, Heisman hopeful potentially.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a fan. I think he's ranked 5th or 6th.
does Archie Manning, though, back out and go to Georgia?
It's the crazy thing about that is it's going to come down to money, I think. NIL.
Well, that's the thing. I guess Georgia was paying him or offered him $1 million less than Texas.
So what? And that's why he picked Texas.
So
right?
I guess Ole Miss offered him the most for like $15 million. But Peyton hates Lane Kiffin from his days at Tennessee, I guess.
Mm.
And he said, Archie, I'll give you $15 million. Just don't go to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So
I did hear that.
Just a little money from Unc.
Just a little small
Uncle
pocket
Peyton.
purse.
From Honk.
And then I think Texas offered him $12 million, and Georgia offered him $11 million. But Eli, I guess, likes Kirby Smart a lot. So a lot of
Okay.
people are saying that there's a chance that he flops and goes to Georgia.
Ooh. So it's not over yet, is what you're saying,
Yes.
for your Longhorns.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see him in Texas, but I like Georgia. I also love Georgia. So
Yeah.
It's never over until the paper's signed.
yeah.
That's very true.
And then still it's not over.
Yeah, it's not over till you actually play a game, I guess.
But then, I mean, the next year, like with the transfer portal,
And you could go somewhere else for
literally
more
go
money.
anywhere.
Should be very interesting. We're gonna stay updated on the Arch Manning sweepstakes for sure, as well as everything else in the college football world.
Any closing remarks from Siege and Varg?
No, I mean, I just hope that, everyone out there can enjoy this Saturday as much as we are.
Hell yeah.
And then every Saturday from here on out.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the podcast.
Oh, we appreciate you boys for coming on, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to the Bice.
Shout out to the
Hey.
traveling Bice.
The traveling Bice.
It's nice to know that when this podcast takes off, we were one of the first.
You were one of the pioneers.
first
Well, your
guests.
your college football segment will be a
Recurring theme.
Yeah.
yes.
100%.
I just hope that, when people take us seriously, they realize that, we're probably not the best
But
people to back.
No, we are the best.
Don't
though.
sell yourself so
Yeah,
short.
don't sell yourself short.
No, I'm just
We're the
trying to
best.
reverse psychology, the gambling world.
you might. Yeah. The
That's what we're
gambles.
He doesn't want Vegas onto him.
Yeah, exactly. He knows too
Don't
much.
the IRS on his ass.
You don't think
We don't want that smoke with the IRS.
No. Yeah, no. But
No, this is sick though. I'm glad we got to, and we're live from Southie, by the way. So shout out Southie.
Shout out South Boston.
Shout out sponsor us.
Moakley Park.
Moakley
Park.
Got that working this morning.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Prosecco
Prosecco.
shout out Olga's.
and orange juice.
Orange juice, Olga's, foodies,
Oh yeah.
all that.
Southie's got everything. If you're ever in town.
Aveeno body wash.
Pantene.
For that silky smooth. For that silky smooth feeling.
Hey yo. That's
Shout
so
out to
fun.
Aaron Matthew.
Shout out Deontay Hardy, formerly known as Deontay Harris. Like, comment, subscribe.
Actually, I do want to ask one final question.
Let's hear it.
If you could make one shout out to anyone in the world and they'll hear it, who would that be?
That's tough. I think I gotta go Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Personally, me, because he's electric. And if you were to see that, I would assume he wouldn't, shout us back out. And
Shout out the Bice.
And he's so memeable that it would just go viral, and we'd be memorable for sure.
You think
Okay.
he'd send you some of his whiskey? Proper 12?
I mean, if he wants to, he should definitely do it for sure, because we'll sponsor that.
Shout out Proper
Clip it.
12.
Clip that.
Clip that.
Shout out Proper 12. What about you, T-Bag?
Sponsor the pod.
If I were to shout out anyone in the world,
And they'd hear about the Bice. The Bice.
honestly, we talked about it a little earlier, but Hasbulla. I'd love to have him on the show.
Oh, dude. Imagine.
I don't know. It's be one of those things that I don't know if you'd survive.
Yeah. Well, either I would be able to live to tell about it, or it would be a hell of a podcast. I think it would go viral.
It would be a hell of a podcast for sure. Yeah, I would feel very uncomfortable.
Would you let him strangle you?
No.
Yes.
Or like constantly,
Hasbulla,
or
dude.
like constantly like tip tap you, like throughout the entire.
Yeah,
pod.
when we were talking about the Caleb Presley interview, he was like beating the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
He
He's
had
like
no
pulling
mercy.
his tie. He's like, I'm not tripping you. He's like, I'm not tripping
He's
you.
perfect height too for like a full right hook to your pelvis.
Yeah, that's true.
Right in the nether realm.
Yeah,
But I think with him, as if you don't come with that energy, because I knew Caleb was picking on him the whole time. So Hasbulla is gonna give it back.
Subliminally, he was trying to be his fair, but he was also, it's Hasbulla, you gotta fuck with him. So yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely senses the energy. If you're respectful, he's respectful.
But I think he likes the banter. I mean, I don't
He
know.
definitely-
I feel like he
appreciates.
enjoys to,
We should make a
cock
trade
around.
for Brittany Griner for Hasbulla.
No.
No, I
Does
mean,
that mean we put?
no, I mean, I worded that incorrectly. We gotta. I think
they already have both.
yeah, that's what I mean. You know how we were making a trade for people?
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
be able to receive Hasbulla also as well as Brittany Griner when we make the
Package
trade.
deal,
If we make
package
the trade.
deal.
Package deal.
Speaking of, did you, someone asked Tyreek Hill if he would get handcuffed to Jackson
Mahomes, I saw this.
for 24 hours
Hysterical.
to win another Super Bowl.
He said,
He said that shit can wait.
He said that one can wait.
I
I mean,
agree.
I'm
yeah.
with him.
I
Earn
mean,
one on your own.
Jackson
if somebody told me I had to be
Mahomes.
handcuffed for 24 hours to Jackson Mahomes for the Pats to win, I would take that hit, me personally, because I'm for the Bice like that. But it would be tough. That'd be big tough.
You'd be in a lot of TikToks. You'd be dancing.
I'd have to cut off my arm.
Your arm would be so sore.
That's
it
great for
would.
the Bice, though.
It's
That's good PR.
It's only going to help
That's
the
what I'm
Bice.
saying.
That's good PR.
So, good
For-
answer, Ryan. Good answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But any other closing remarks? Any other questions? I like that question.
Have you ever thought of doing something like completely outrageous with like the Bice on like somewhere on your body, like a logo? Like maybe
Oh, like a
taping yourself
tattoo?
to no,
Oh.
like taping yourself to a billboard with the Bice, like shirt or something. Or
Be
a
my
Bice
own
sign.
billboard. I haven't thought about it, but now that I think about it, there is a billboard on Route 1, shout out Route 1, when you're coming back from Boston, that said space now available. Call a certain number, and I was thinking about calling.
I imagine
How much?
it's not too expensive.
Someone's got to do it.
No one else is promoting their pod like that.
If those injury lawyers can afford it, I'm sure we can.
Facts. 100%. Yeah.
Dude, but people are getting
CJ,
hurt.
you're
People
on
are getting hurt.
You know what? The best billboard. There's an injury lawyer that I see all the time. His name is Mr. Glass. It's like it's the perfect name for an injury lawyer.
That really is.
It's like Jonathan Glass. I don't know what his name is, but it's unbelievable.
Shout out John Glass if you're listening.
It's probably not John, but it's unbelievable.
Hey yo.
But yeah.
Maps of Boston. What are we looking at? We got anything good? 4,000. That's easy.
That's a large one though. I mean,
okay.
Medium. 1450
1450 for
in Boston.
for how long?
Yeah, but who's to stop you from just going up there and putting one up yourself?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I'm not stopping.
It even gives you
know?
like the demos.
Yeah, it gives you images. Damn. Wow.
Oh, but physical billboard 750 to
Gave us lots to think
1,500
about.
a month in rural areas, mid-sized cities. It does go up, but
Okay. Something
Maybe
to
one
think
day
about.
when we're breaking even on YouTube. Hopefully Spotify soon.
Someday soon.
Hey, keep listening to us. We appreciate all the love. Varg, I appreciate you coming on
Thanks
the pod.
for coming in, boys.
No, thanks for having
CJ,
us.
I appreciate you.
shout out South Boston.
Hey,
Shout out
shout out Southie. Shout out Varg. Shout out CJ. Shout out Asco. Who else can we
sir.
shout out?
Shout out all the Bice in
All
the
the
back.
bikes in the back.
Keep listening, keep commenting, keep subscribing. We're on Spotify now. Hope if you're not listening
we're on
to that,
Spotify. Look us up. We're Bice in the back on Spotify. We're in the podcast section. What else do the people need to know, T?
the podcast section right next to the eggs and the
In the
milk.
bagels.
Yeah. At Foodies.
I mean, it's just your daily routine:
Yeah, just your daily.
eggs, milk, Bice.
Eggs, milk, Bice,
Make it part of the morning routine for sure.
coffee.
Yes,
But-
yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. And now we're going to go enjoy these college football games.
Yeah, we're gonna get right.
All right, boys.
Appreciate you all. We're signing.